Sandra Dee. A lot's been said about the wild teenage set. But wait till you see the scrapes my dad, Jimmy Stewart, gets into in Take Her, She's Mine. Yikes, you just wouldn't believe it. Well, take this, for instance. And this. And this.
Yes, you'll jet from California to Boston to Paris with James Stewart.
Holy Chihuahua.
Sandra Dee.
Holy Chihuahua.
Audrey Meadows. Robert Morley.
I always tell them I'm pregnant.
As they rock the screen with the hilarious Broadway play that had the nation roaring for months.
I suppose that it would be unfair to blame it all on Picasso.
Picasso?
I doubt very much whether he could be held accountable for the awakening of sex in my daughter. My daughter, Sandra Dee, and my wife, Audrey Meadows, live a perfectly normal, happy life in the new movie, Take Her, She's Mine. And then Sandra goes to college, and the roof caves in. You see, she's quite a dish, and trying to keep up with her crazy mixed-up scrapes is like trying to hold a tiger by the tail. There was her boyfriend phase.
But it's an integral part of life, darling. You're going to try to deny life?
Stanley, please.
Hey, you're not frigid, are you?
Oh, well, now, what do you think?
I think you're all woman, baby.
And her beatnik phase.
Here's to the girl who steals a kiss and stays to steal another.
And her do-gooder phase.
You're defending these dirty books?
Not at all. I'm just defending the right of a citizen to make a protest, even in defense of dirty books.
Sergeant?
I'm also an attorney, and I know what my rights are as well as the rights of all these kids here.
Throw Perry Mason out first.
All I know is that it began to dawn on me that there must be more to Daddy's darling little baby girl than had previously met his eye.
There, you put that on canvas, you have a masterpiece.
If I put that on canvas, nobody would hang it.
That marked the end of the kid stuff. And suddenly, there came a change. Things got worse. And who came off second best in every scrape? You know it, yours truly.
Howl at Jimmy as he gets carted off in a Parisian paddy wagon. Drool at Sandra as Cleopatra floating down the Seine. Roar at Jimmy's striptease Parisian style. See, Take Her, She's Mine, and have a ball.
The weekend. It means fun, excitement, relaxation. It also means 3 premiere movies on Encore. Friday, Tamara Dobson and Shelley Winters star in the high-camp action-adventure Cleopatra Jones. Saturday, Robin Williams and Walter Matthau are on the run from a crazed gunman in the dark comedy The Survivors. And Sunday, Tom Cruise and Mia Sara star in the visually stunning fantasy Legend. It's the weekend. Relax. You've got Encore.
Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine.
Hi, everyone. Perry Jones here with news on all the latest doings of Encore's cast of stars for September. Well, Tom Cruise was well known, but he wasn't the bona fide superstar he is today when he played the lead in Ridley Scott's action fantasy Legend. From Babbling Brooks to Brooks Brothers, could this still be the same young man who looks so Ivy League in the firm? Tom's been talked about lately for more movies based on novels. Interview with the Vampire and the Herman Melville classic Moby Dick are just 2. A Legend's bad boy, Tim Curry, just finished work on Touchstone's The Three Musketeers, and that's based on a novel as well. But Legend is a 100% original. Tim plays the devil, and Tom has to stop him from taking a bribe.
Lily. Jack. Judge her with your heart, not your eyes.
Hear me, ye powers of the night. We offer this sacrifice in honor.
Look for Legend on Encore in September. Well, another flight of fancy, well, they don't come with any finer pedigree than Willow. Directed by Ron Howard, it's based on a story by executive producer George Lucas, and the tale has an unexpectedly happy ending. Stars Val Kilmer and Joanne Whalley fell in love and got married after the movie. Well, this spring, Joanne Whalley Kilmer was hard at work on Bruce Beresford's A Good Man in Africa. It's out next year from Gramercy Pictures. And Val starring in Universal's action comedy The Real McCoy with Kim Basinger. It's scheduled for a September release. Now, Willow is an excellent showcase for both their talents and for those of a lot of other creative folks as well.
Come for Laura Dannon.
You dare to challenge me? You're not warriors. You're pigs. You're all pigs!
Now, any fan of the imaginative won't want to miss two top-notch Terry Gilliam movies premiering on Encore in September. Before he made The Fisher King, the ex-Monty Python animator brought us both Brazil and the adventures of Baron Munchausen. Well, Brazil takes us into a future, the likes of which Hollywood has seldom seen. Jonathan Pryce stars, and among the folks he meets are Katherine Hellman, Bob Hoskins, and Robert De Niro. A two-time Academy Award-winning actor, De Niro's making his directorial debut this year with A Bronx Tale from Savoy International Pictures, and it's an October release. And Jonathan Pryce, a Welshman by birth, has been very busy too. He's part of a star-studded cast in Columbia's September release, The Age of Innocence. In Brazil, he plays a file clerk who has trouble picturing this unhappy future as his own.
Monsieur, bon appétit.
Merci. So.
Terry Gilliam fans should be pleased to hear he's working on a film version of Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. Now, if Robin Williams wasn't already making Being Human, a time travel picture for Warner Brothers, he might have been Gilliam's first choice to star in that one. Ding, Oliver Reed, and Uma Thurman. By the way, Uma stars in Fine Line Features Even Cowgirls Get the Blues, and it's coming to theaters. Four of the great new movies premiering on Encore in September. It's a magical month, as you can tell. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Perry Jones, and I'll see you next time.
Hollywood has a long history of dressing up for parties. It's always been easier on the men. They put on black ties. But leading ladies can't be seen in the same gown twice. Gowns that require hundreds of hours of hand beating may only be worn once. Of course, styles do change, but the demand for sequins and bugle beads remains high. And the supply to meet that demand comes from a modest shop in Hollywood, from a modest woman named Helen Marlar.
Oh, I've got a nice pale soft sequin. We can use that.
No one appreciates Helen Marlar more than Hollywood's top designers. Designers like Nolan Miller, who has worked with Helen for 20 years. Miller presents Helen with a rough design, like this dress for Elizabeth Taylor, or this one for Joan Collins. Then Helen offers specific patterns for the beadwork.
There's many times Nolan doesn't even see what we do, right, Nolan?
I run it. I have the time I design it over the telephone.
Yeah.
I call her and I say, I need this and this and this, and you know what, I want bands, and you know what I want.
You know what I want. Just make it beautiful. Okay, Nolan.
After the design is created, Helen perforates the pattern into the fabric. Then she mixes and matches sequins and beads, much like an artist comparing colors on a palette. The average gown takes more than 100 hours to bead. These assistants are working just on one dress and working by touch more than by sight. Beading is done on the opposite side facing the beader. This painstaking work has magnificent results and explains why beaded gowns like these for Bob Mackie sell for $10,000.
This little costume is a leotard we're doing for Dorothy Hamill. She's going to be doing Broadway on Ice. And I would say this little costume costs about $5,000 by the time it's finished.
The busiest time around here is March. Busy because of one event, the Academy Awards.
Everybody's rushing, and everybody needs it at the same time. So there's a lot of pressure on us and my girls, but they're all good workers, and they try hard, and we get it out. Somehow it gets done.
It doesn't matter that Elizabeth Taylor or Joan Collins, whoever, orders a dress at the last minute for something that has come up. They don't accept the thing of, well, gee, we only had 2 days, and if the beading isn't perfect and everything, they still want it perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Helen Marlar beaded her first gown nearly 50 years ago. If you ask the designers, they say she should never retire. If you ask Helen Marlar, she would agree.
Yes, this is what I've always done. I don't know how to do anything else. I don't wash windows, so this is it, so I have to stick with the beads.
These are troubled times. We need leaders, men of courage, hope, and vision. This is not who we need. Robin Williams is Donald.
I think the world out there is coming undone like a cheap suit.
He just lost his job.
Well, now, you're gonna pre-play. You're fired.
His girlfriend.
But I'm not gonna be here when you get back.
Then he lost his mind.
Hey. Wow.
Walter Matthau is Sonny.
Hey, come on. A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
He got held up.
And I'm not wearing any underwear.
And blown up. Then he got a little fed up.
No, not a little, a lot.
Columbia Pictures presents a Michael Ritchie film, The Survivors, the story of 2 guys who decided it was time to speak up.
And we're tired of being victims, aren't we? I'm not afraid to go back.
Don't get them mad, Donald.
And the guy who decided to make them shut up.
You're gonna be 2 of the dead or something. You gotta have a stronger gut through. Well, Mr. Honky Mofo, take your best shot.
You know, this is one of the neatest times we have ever had.
Hey, survival training's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be like skiing except for booby traps.
You die! That's the way John Wayne would have done it.
Now you're mad at me.
He's more primitive than I thought.
Walter Matthau.
I think you're a total loony bird.
Robin Williams.
Sonny, mental defectives shoot people all the time. I think I could learn.
Jerry Reed.
Well, if you think I'm gonna let you shoot me so you look good for your friends out there, brother, you crazy.
Once they declare war on each other.
This one has your name and address on it.
You could die laughing.
Donald! Donald, you're alive!
The Survivors.
You can all go home now. Everything is under control. Let me rephrase that.
Coming Saturday.
It began in a small town in America. It began in the heart of a young boy and in the faith of an amazing man.
Mr. Smith read about you in the paper, Chuck.
He gave up what he did best because of this idea, and I don't think he should be alone.
Real event to have you visit us this way. You going to organize it from here?
If you're so bored that you need some kind of crusade to make you happy, you could at least leave my kid out of it. He's just a boy.
True, but he started it.
A boy who took a stand.
Wish I could say that I was more like you when I was your age. I didn't have your grit.
A man who stood beside him.
You're just gonna walk out on your contract, on your life. For what?
They never planned on being heroes,
I know why you're doing this.
They only did what they felt was right.
You stood up for your beliefs. That feels good. But this work we're doing, these negotiations, they're more important than those feelings.
Get out of here! Get out of America while you're at it!
Impossible for me to say when any of these very powerful players could prove dangerous to your Mr. Smith.
I just want you to come back. Just come back to Boston.
Amazing Grace and Chuck.
You are a dangerous kid. I'm in.
A story dedicated to the dream that one person can make a difference.
Chuck, ever since this whole thing started, there's something that I've been meaning to say to you. I'm real proud of you.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Gregory Peck, William L. Peterson, Alex English as Amazing Grace, and introducing Joshua Zulke as Chuck. Amazing Grace and Chuck. Maybe one day, this story will be true.
Coming tomorrow.
Encore flashback. 1967.
December 3rd, 1967. 55-year-old Louis Washkansky receives the first successful heart transplant at Groote Hospital in Cape Town, South Africa. Professor Christian Barnard performed the revolutionary feat that has since become a standard surgical procedure around the world. A problem remained, however, in enabling the patient to accept the foreign heart. Until the discovery of anti-rejection drugs in the early 1980s, heart transplant recipients rarely survived through 1 year. Transplants that were not rejected inevitably caused fatal lung and kidney infections. The historic transplant added only 18 days to Washkansky's life, but gave hope to many others in the years to come.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Dunn. For a preview of Encore's great movies, stay tuned to the prime-time forecast for the next 7 days.
You mean you have heard of me?
Yes, through both Eve White and Eve Black.
Not unfavorably, I trust.
On the contrary, they think very highly of you, both of them.
But I am telling you that you're making it harder for me to get rid of nuclear weapons. And that's the truth.
But if you open this up to the press right now, you're going to get the crazies and the haters.
I don't care if I have to talk to every lunatic in the city. Somebody has seen my boy.
I mean, while you was gone, there was a funny buzzing inside of me.
That's the phone.
A phone in your car?
That's right.
Right on.
Please, all right, give the guy a break. I mean, he's not wearing any underwear. I mean, some people aren't gifted in that area.
Do you think you can upset the order of the universe and not pay the price?
We meant no wrong.
We review cases, the excruciating ones, the ones where it's all been perverted. We make judgments. We carry out sentences.
Hi, I'm Ron Pearson for Encore, and up next is a delightful comedy offering called Take Her, She's Mine, which casts a comic spotlight on the trials and tribulations of a perfectly respectable American lawyer as his daughter embarks on the path of higher education and becomes the center of a series of outlandish escapades. Jimmy Stewart stars as the overly protective father who follows his daughter, played by Sandra Dee, from the U.S. to Paris as she enrolls in college and then accepts a scholarship to a Parisian art school, while adopting a range of social poses from liberal beatnik to glamour girl. Based on a successful Broadway play by Phoebe and Henry Ephron, parents of Nora When Harry Met Sally Ephron, Take Her, She's Mine is told primarily in flashback as Stewart attempts to explain the bizarre experiences that caused him to be called before a Board of Education meeting.
It was Stewart, a brigadier general in the Air Force Reserve, who suggested staging the film's premiere in Abilene, Texas, near the Strategic Air Command Air Force Base. The gala event attracted over 100 members of the national media and the mayors of 15 Texas cities. But all this hoopla was quickly shattered when, 9 days after the film opened, on November 13th, 1963, the world was stunned by President Kennedy's assassination. Since the film originally featured a student imitating the voice of the president, along with a supposed phone conversation with the First Lady, Jacqueline Kennedy, 20th Century Fox quickly decided to immediately recall all prints of the film from distribution, and producer-director Henry Koster was ordered to cut the scenes in question, and a new voice was hastily dubbed into the movie, replacing the student's impression. Also starring Honeymooners veteran Audrey Meadows as the understanding wife and mother, Philippe Forquet as the daughter's French love, and Robert Morley as Stewart's sympathetic sidewalk philosopher in Paris. Take Her, She's Mine is an affectionate family comedy about the age-old problem of the generation gap, told in a clever, fast-paced style. So stay with us as Jimmy Stewart struggles to raise his teenage daughter amidst the temptations of the modern world as we present Take Her, She's Mine, coming up next on Encore.